Donald Trump has once again sparked dementia concerns among the American public after something he said during his little ride-along with the National Guardsmen that he, of course, has unleashed on Washington, D.C. on Thursday evening. Donald Trump decided to take a few moments to address an issue that nobody asked him about, but apparently has been on his mind for quite some time. And that is, of course, the grass. The darn grass in Washington, D.C., especially all over these national parks and federal lands, it's just awful. It's dead, he says. And he promised to essentially turn these national parks into golf courses modeled after his very own Trump National Golf Course. I will read you the demented statement from Donald Trump in just a moment, but first, a quick word from today's video sponsor. By now, you know Trump's big, beautiful bill has passed, but almost no one's reporting how ICE will get nearly $40 billion of our tax money each year, making it the most heavily funded law enforcement agency in U.S. history. That's more money than most nations spend on their entire military. So much of our media is either missing the worst of this bill or twisting the language so you think it's all in your best interest. But we've seen the ICE raids ramping up. Now Trump's openly threatening to deport U.S. citizens. This should be the biggest story in America, yet it's buried. Making ground news essential right now is what all of this is doing. They're the only tool I've found exposing these blind spots in the media. By gathering the world's news in one place, organizing it by story, then analyzing just how far-right and radical each unbiased source actually is, you get way more context than you ever would anywhere else. If we're being honest, we've seen Trump's power grabs throughout history. They said never again, and that means never again everywhere. And right now, it's happening here. So if you want to stay ahead on immigration, the economy, or simply finding the stories missing from your news feeds, Ground News has you covered. Their app and website is a smarter, more reliable way to stay informed at a time when MAGA is banking on us to stay distracted. So I've partnered with them to get you 40% off the same Vantage plan that I have been using. That comes out to $5 a month for unlimited access to everything I've mentioned and so much more. Just go to ground.news/Farron or scan the QR code to subscribe. With at least another 4 years of this, we can't afford to miss these details. So again, Donald Trump was in D.C. Obviously, it's where the White House is, where he resides, but he was doing his little ride-along, kind of like a young kid that gets to ride along with the cops and watch them do some traffic stops. But it's when he started talking about the grass that even the people around him were a little confused because nobody asked about the grass. They weren't on the grass. Like, there was no reason for the grass in D.C. to be on Donald Trump's mind. But it was, and here's what Trump said. One of the things we are going to be redoing is your parks. We're going to be regrassing all your parks, all brand new sprinkler systems, the best that you can buy. It'll look like Trump National Golf Club. I'm very good at grass because I have a lot of golf courses all over the place. I know more about grass than any human being, I think, anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world, Donald Trump knows more about grass than every single person. Just like he knows more about business, he knows more about government, he knows more about saving money, he knows more about cheating on his taxes. He knows more about every single thing than any other person on the planet, no matter what the topic is. Wow, that is remarkable, isn't it? No, you are in fact genuinely one of the dumbest people to ever walk God's green earth. And you might also be suffering from dementia. Because nobody was talking about grass, but you're like, I'm going to put new grass and it's going to all look like a golf course. Doing away with the natural beauty of landscapes in Washington, D.C. Nope, we want that super short, thick golf course grass everywhere, so it's just green, but not a green that's actually useful, not a green that actually helps the environment or nature. No, we're going to do away with the flowers. We're going to do away with the trees, which support wildlife, squirrels, bees, birds, all of that. Nope, just grass and sprinklers. And it'll be the most expensive ever, he says. Kind of reminds you of John Hammond from Jurassic Park. Spared no expense. How'd that work out for them, by the way, Donald? But I digress. People on social media, of course, were quick to point out that this seems like another sign of dementia. One social media user said, "Dementia alert! Not certain what the F is happening at this point, but everything has gone from lunacy to completely nuts." Another said, "Has Trump completely lost his mind?" And a third said, "The law and order president. What an effing moron." But Trump wasn't done. Trump also said, "We're going to be rebuilding all your parks and it's going to happen fast. It's going to go up like a miracle. So you do the job on safety and I'll get this place fixed up physically." Right? So you guys go get the criminals. I'm going to be cutting the grass because I know more about grass than anybody that's ever existed. I invented grass. Yes, no, there was no grass in America till I came along. The grass in D.C., at least, recently was browning, of course, because there was a massive heat wave and a massive drought. And, some rain can come along and kind of fix that. We don't need to be investing money at this point, considering that Americans are suffering. We're cutting their health care. We're taking away their food benefits on grass. Okay, let's not spend millions and millions of dollars on grass in an area where most Americans will never even get to visit. Maybe spend that money helping people, right? You're supposed to be eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse, yet here you are like Forrest Gump talking about how much you just love cutting the grass, right? This man is possibly demented. I really think we need some CAT scans. We need some imaging of the brain to find out what is going wrong in there, because at this point it seems like a lot is going wrong in his head and not much is going right. This was a crazy statement, but wanting to turn all of DC into a giant version of one of his gaudy golf courses is somehow even worse than what's happening in his brain. Did you know that you might be missing out on wonderful content from me? I mean, you're here already because clearly you like what you see. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, share them with your friends and family, but also follow me across the rest of the social media world. And it's not that hard to do. Whether it's X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, on every one of those platforms, you can find me at the username @FarronBalanced. Simple enough, right? So get on it. And if you don't feel like going to each one of those outlets individually, lucky for you, we have links in the description of this video to take you right to my pages across all of social media. So don't miss a minute. And while you're at it, make sure you're also subscribed to the Ring of Fire YouTube channel, which I have been hosting for many, many years now. We've got more than 1 million subscribers over there, and there is fresh content over there every single day of the week. So again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel, and while you're at it, go subscribe to Ring of Fire at youtube.com/The Ring of Fire and @FarronBalanced across every social media platform that, of course, is not considered just a far-right hellscape. Well, maybe Twitter is, but that's a story for a different day.